Hello guys and welcome to Football Fan Den UK. How's it going? So today doing a quick video with regards to the championship game, and that is Norwich versus Sheffield Wednesday this weekend. For me guys, this is a massive game, so that's why I'm doing a quick video with regards to it, just to highlight it. Before we get into that though guys, just a quick one. If you are interested in coming on the channel and having your say about your club, you can drop me a message on social media via Instagram, Twitter or Facebook, and we can arrange for you to come on and obviously discuss your club and what's going on with your club's results, your club's season, and just generally around whatever you want to talk about in UK football. So yeah guys, today I'm doing a video with regards to Norwich v Sheffield, because this is a big game guys. It's top versus bottom in a way, because even though Sheffield are not quite bottom, the second from bottom at the minute, Sheffield Wednesday, I think, are in a false position. The reason I say that, guys, is because we look at the results that they've been having. They've been getting a lot of draws, so they're not bottom really because they've been losing. They're bottom more just because they haven't been getting the wins. I'm not saying they haven't lost any games this season. Obviously they have, but obviously the fact that they've had quite a number of draws is impacting on their position in the league. We've already seen them have a managerial change. Tony Pulis has took over. For me, guys, I think this is the kind of game that could kickstart Tony Pulis's reign at Sheffield. It could really, obviously, if they could get some sort of result out of this, particularly a win, it could really kickstart Sheffield Wednesday's season. As for Norwich, Norwich are having an absolutely fantastic season, and I expected them to have a fantastic season, to be fair. I think that they had a tough season last season in the Premier League, and obviously I know it was tough for Norwich fans watching last season, but for me guys, I expected Norwich to be strong this season, because when they were in the Premier League last season, they didn't overstretch themselves. They spent money sensibly in transfer market, doing transfer business, and obviously they prepared themselves for the fact that they could obviously drop out of the Premier League in respect of not going crazy in the transfer window, which is sensible for me guys. From my point of view, I think that is sensible, simply because we've seen so many clubs go up in the Premier League first season, start splashing the money about, it doesn't work, and obviously they fall straight back in the Championship, and then they struggle to compete because they've overstretched themselves in the Premier League. Norwich haven't done that, and I think that's why they're in a very strong position this season and doing really well. If we have a quick look over at Norwich's results, they've been, like I said, they've been doing quite well. They've been getting some consistency going. They've not lost too many games. The last few games they've played, they've had a 1-0 win against Swansea. Before that, they played Millwall with a 0-0 draw, and they played Middlesbrough, got a 1-0 win away. They played Stoke, got a 3-2 win away, and they've a 1-1 against Coventry at home, and a 3-2 at Luton. So obviously, with the fact that the last game was a defeat, they probably be a bit more motivated, not allow that to, shall we say, continue, start them having a run of defeats. So Norwich will probably be well up for this game because they're at home. And like I said, with losing the last league game, I should imagine they'll be a lot more motivated to make sure that they try and get something out of this game. But yeah, guys, I think it's massive for Sheffield particularly, because like I say, if we look at their results, they had a 1-0 defeat away at Wycombe. They've had a 1-0 win against Bournemouth. They had a 0-0 draw against Millwall, a 1-0 defeat against Preston, a 1-1 draw with Swansea, a 0-0 draw with Stoke, and a 1-1 draw with Reading. So if we look at them clubs that they've been playing, they're all potential Premier League clubs. The reason I say that, obviously some of you guys might think that Millwall and Preston are not potential Premier League clubs, but for me guys, they are potential Premier League clubs because they've been building for a couple of seasons now, obviously working their way towards getting into a Premier League playoff spot or Premier League promotion spot. Because they would love, obviously, them two clubs in particular haven't been in the Premier League that I'm aware of since the Premier League. I know Preston haven't been in the Premier League, and I don't think Millwall have been in the Premier League since it's been the Premier League. For me, I think that's definitely evidence that Sheffield are in a false position, because like I say, if we look at them clubs that they're playing, Bournemouth only just dropped out of the Premier League and they got a 1-0 win against Bournemouth. Swansea were in the Premier League not so long ago, and Stoke were in the Premier League not so long ago, and Reading have been in the Premier League as well, and obviously Reading will probably have ambitions to get back into the Premier League as well. So these are all games, these are all clubs that potentially either been in the Premier League or are wanting to get in the Premier League, and are obviously playing each season with the ambition of getting promoted. So I think that suggests, if we look at them results, guys, it definitely suggests that Sheffield Wednesday are in a false position. If they could start turning some of them draws into wins, I think they'll start climbing up the table. I don't see Sheffield Wednesday going down. If they go down, I'll be very surprised. I think that once Tony Pulis has obviously made his impact and got his ideas across to the players, I think that Sheffield Wednesday will be fine this season. I think he'll keep them up. I think it'll help when fans are back in the ground to create an atmosphere. Obviously, we've got some fans back in grounds. I'm not sure if the Norwich game at Norwich are allowed fans back in. I'm not sure, because obviously it's a bit higgledy-piggledy right now, guys. Some clubs are allowed fans in, some clubs are not allowed fans in, which I'm not impressed with that. I know the reasons for it, guys, because some parts of the UK are still quite heavy, shall we say, with the impact of Corona. But in respect to fairness in the game, forget the virus for a minute. For me, just the fairness of having, clubs competing fairly. I think it's a little bit unfair to have some clubs allowed some fans in and some clubs not allowed any fans whatsoever. And I hope that doesn't continue for too long. Obviously, it's great to get fans back in, but I just hope that doesn't continue to happen for too long, because we want the fans back in the ground, we want the atmosphere, and we want, for me personally, guys, I want to see fairness. And the only way we see fairness in respect of fan support is if all clubs are allowed to have some fans back in. But obviously, for the moment, guys, at least until the new year, we're just going to have to tolerate that fact that some clubs will be allowed fans in and some clubs won't be allowed fans in. So at least it's the step in the right direction. But like I said, for me, guys, I thought I'd just do a quick video today with regards to this fixture, because I think it is absolutely massive. I think that we could either have a really tight game where it's going to be a 0-0 or a 1-1, or we're going to have an absolute humdinger where it ends up 3-2 or 4-3 or something like that. I think anything is possible with this fixture, because both clubs are going to be really motivated in respect of what they're playing for. Obviously, Sheffield Wednesday will be wanting to pull away from that relegation zone, and obviously Norwich will be wanting to get more points on the board to strengthen their position at the top. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comments below what you guys are thinking. But for me, this is a massive game in the Championship. I think it's a game that definitely needs to be watched. If your club is not playing at the same time that they're playing, then definitely give it a watch, because like I say, I think this could be an absolute cracker. Because simply because, like I say, I think Sheffield in a false position. If you look at their last 5 results, they've lost 1 and the other 4 games have been draws against decent teams. And if we look at Norwich, then we obviously can see that Norwich are flying high at the top. But there is only 1 point in it, really. They're sitting top on 28 points, and then there is 4 clubs, which is Bournemouth, Watford, Reading and Bristol, all on 27 points right behind them. So it's 1 point, and then just below that, we've got Brentford and Swansea on 26 points, so they're only 2 points behind. So, the top positions within the Championship are very much still up in the air. For me, guys, I fancy that Norwich definitely going to be in that mix come the end of the season. So like I said, guys, leave your comments below, let me know what you think, and hopefully you will join me on future videos. Take care for now, guys, and I will speak to you again soon. Bye.